All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. And of course, for those of you who are regular viewers, listeners, and watchers of our pod, the eye hypnosis life coaching journeys. This is, of course, curated stories, curated journeys of some truly amazing people who, by vocation, have chosen to be coaches, have chosen to be healers, or let's say they were chosen to be this. And as they continue on this journey, my intention, our intention, is to reach out, find these amazing people, and you know, um, showcase their lives to you and for you, so that you are inspired. Whether you're a coach, whether you're a healer, or you're somebody who's on the journey of personal growth, and as we go deeper into season two, I have a really amazing guest who is in our midst. Of course, this is your cue, Dr. Priyanka, so you can go ahead and turn on your camera. And as I said, in season two, we are reaching out to people through our various networks, people who I may not have met personally yet, but because this is the community that is reaching out and wanting to have more and more people benefit from what you do. That's the reason why, of course, we have Dr. Priyanka in our midst, and warm welcome. Firstly, thank you for making the time to be here.
Thank you, Rahul. It's my pleasure to have an opportunity to have a conversation at such a platform. In fact, if I see few years back, there was nothing like that. No
Mm-hmm.
platform, no digital presence, and I think it's a fantastic way to
Mm,
start a conversation online, which will always be there, and somebody, someone, anybody,
mm,
anywhere, anytime they can access, and it is a form of service that maybe we might be able to transform somebody's life
yes.
somewhere or the other.
Yeah.
So I again, from the bottom of my heart, would like to thank you again to share this platform with me
Mm,
and give me and to have an opportunity to talk
yeah.
about myself.
Amazing.
So, hello everybody. My name is Dr. Priyanka Wadhwa, and I'm a homeopathic doctor, and along with that, a certified emotional intelligence practitioner.
Mm,
And I live in Greater Noida with my family, and I'm also a mother of a 8-year-old boy. And apart from that, I work full time as a professional for a healthcare company. So
mm,
basically, this is my weekend kind of side thing. It's like I'm pursuing my passion.
mm,
And yes, by passion, I'm a women life coach,
mm,
and I wear this hat only on weekends. I mean, I'm building my side business, as you can
mm,
say, passion, because it is something very close to my heart, and this is something very personal to me.
mm.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, during the course, of course, of this podcast, we will go deeper into the work that you're doing, because, like I said, this podcast is designed as a way for people to get to know you better, for people to be able to get to understand what drives you, and when it's like people build people, right? So when people listen to your story, I know that this will give them that added, affinity, that connection to you, and have that confidence that you are the person that can truly make that difference in their life where they are right now on their journey. So before we, of course, get to that, and we talk deeper into the work that you do specifically, especially in the context of the coaching work that you do, uh, maybe if you could tell us a little bit about, how did you find this? Like you said, you have amongst many hats professionally. You have, as you said, on the weekends where you're working with women, you're working in the capacity, or the, let's say, the umbrella of being a coach for women. Um, like how did that come about? Because I'm sure there must have been a story behind how you got to be here today. There must have been a path that got you here. So tell us a little bit about
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely, Rahul. everything has something backs, there's something behind that.
Mm.
And it's I think this is going to be first time when I'm going to share such a long backstory. And you're absolutely right that people do business with people, people
Mm.
work with people. They don't need fancy names, they don't need fancy things.
Yeah.
If they like you, they will work with
Yes.
you, you know.
Yes.
And I truly resonate with that. And that's why my target audience is in fact just like, people like me who are just like
Mm.
me. So yes, and yes, as I was saying, that there's always a backstory and
Mm.
how it all started. It's a very long story, so please bear with me. Yeah,
That's why
so
we're here.
I have been married for more than 12 years now,
Mm.
out of which my golden 5 years were wasted in stupid fights, victimhood,
Mm.
trauma, and depression.
Mm.
And because I had an intercaste marriage, I come from a very strict Rajput family,
Mm.
and my husband is a Punjabi. So it was
Mm.
a love marriage. And
Mm.
there was only one thing common, that we wanted to be together.
Mm.
So, in short, we had many discrepancies, if I talk about families. But
Mm.
we were blindfolded. And after so much of hustle, we finally got married after 2 years of courtship and everything.
Mm.
And I must say that before and after marriage is a complete 360-degree shift.
Mm.
And we all girls think of a dream world, but it is absolutely not. Marriage comes with a lot of responsibility. And but no one ever taught us, not even our parents told us that how to bear that. They say,
Mm.
seekh jaoge. But I think that should not be the way.
Right.
And all girls are like, Papa ki pariyan.
Mm.
And but it doesn't take much time when reality pinches in. And then same thing happened with me.
Mm.
My in-laws had a lot of expectations from me, and I was also having adjustment issues. So
Mm.
dire dire all these turned into daily dramas and daily
Right.
fights. And on top of it, I had a like met knee accident, some kind of knee injury,
Mm.
due to which I underwent couple of surgeries in the first year of, in
Wow.
maybe first 6 months of marriage. That
Wow.
actually ruined my health financially,
Mm.
physically,
Mm.
emotionally. And before marriage, I was working, but I thought that leaving my job will help me concentrating in marriage for few
Mm.
months. So, but seeing all these situations like Rose ke tantrums and tane, so I decided
Mm.
to go back to work, and within after 15 days of my surgery.
Wow.
So I literally joined a company and I was back to work. But
Mm.
things further ruined because I was not at home.
Right.
And there were so many clashes. It was like everyday
Mm.
story. I literally used to cry and get scared, when
Mm.
I know it's time to go back home. So all this went for a long, and finally I decided to quit.
Mm.
In the meantime, I had a miscarriage after like 1.5 years of marriage. And after that episode, I don't know where I got that strength. And I took a stand for myself and left my
Mm.
husband's home. I
Mm.
stayed away. I stayed with my parents for more than a year, and
Mm.
again I had repeated knee surgery because that ligament was torn again,
Mm.
and I literally slipped into depression.
Mm.
And I even tried ending my life a couple of times, in that period.
Mm.
But thankfully, being a medical graduate, I was
Mm.
aware of my condition, and I decided that I never wanted this life.
Mm.
So I started therapy. I started seeing doctors, and started my antidepressants, which really
Mm.
helped me a lot to come out of that. And after a few months, I thought of filing a divorce.
Mm.
But somehow I felt that I should talk to the family before taking such a drastic step.
Mm.
So I called my mother in law and again had an argument, but
Mm.
I gave her two options, that either
Mm.
divorce or living separately.
Mm.
So finally she agreed, and I shifted with my husband in a rented apartment just near to her place. And to my utmost surprise, what I realized that I was never against them,
Mm.
but sometimes living under one roof becomes so
Right.
difficult. And
Mm.
yes, I forgot to mention one thing. Me and my husband, we have a age gap of more than 5 years.
Mm.
He's younger to me.
Okay.
So again, more than, huh? I'm not telling you the exact numbers.
Okay. Okay.
So again, I was bearing the consequences of my own decision.
Mm.
And he was quite young when we got married. And at
Right.
that time, I was not able to understand everything. But
Mm.
after many years of struggle, I understood what happened, why
Mm.
people reacted that way. Was there any other option? Was there any other choice? My mom in law, she's not bad. In
Mm.
fact, I was also not bad, or other person was also not bad.
Mm.
It's just that it was the condition, they just reacted to the situations.
Mm.
And now, so it was past, and it took me more than 7 years to deal with it and settle all
Right.
things. And now I'm at a place where I have created a support system for myself
Mm.
so that I can work full time. I'm pursuing my passion and also have
Yes.
my own apartment. I have everything, if you can say.
Mm.
I have a good salary, I have a good package. And the best things, I have my parents and my mother in law both in the same society. So we all
Wow.
live in the same society,
Mm.
so that we can take care of both the parents.
Mm.
And all this happened because I understood the concept of building your own reality with your own hands.
Mm.
And to be honest, we all are the architect of our lives, and we are fully responsible for what is happening to us today or what has happened in the
Mm.
past. So I learned all this very hard way.
Mm.
And especially during COVID, I found many mentors, coaches,
Mm.
further helped me in transforming my life.
Mm.
In fact, I suffered major setback in terms of finances after COVID, when I
Mm.
lost my job because I was working for last 5.5 years for a company, and their plants were suddenly shut in China.
Right.
So we all were asked to, find another job.
Mm.
So that was a major setback because I was in a comfort zone, and suddenly
Mm.
somebody asked me to go and find a job. And to be very honest, I was taking care of lot many things, like my loans, EMIs, and everything.
Mm.
Many things were there.
Mm. Mm.
So, but I must say, whatever I learned during COVID times through mentors and coaches, and especially the community, it
Mm.
really helped me in getting back on my foot without losing my senses and without losing myself. In just 20 days, I had 5 job offers at that point of time. So,
Wow.
and without losing my senses, and without getting into fights with my husband. So, in other words, it all helped me building resilience over the years.
Mm.
And we all run on an autopilot mode. And when I
Mm.
was undergoing my training being a life coach, mindfulness, and learning other healing
Mm.
therapies,
Mm.
I analyzed each and every situation year by year, that why did that happen? What could have been the alternative?
Mm.
And if I would have said this or that, what would have been the consequence?
Mm.
So I understood that we all have different sanskars, different habits, or different backgrounds
Mm.
and upbringing, conditioning from various and like past experiences, upbringing, culture, and these are all the reason for misalignment.
Mm.
But that doesn't mean that we stop getting married. Marriage is very beautiful.
Mm.
So the question comes, how can we resolve this?
Right.
And these days, if you see, women are getting more financially independent, and which is
Mm.
one of the reason that they are not ready to settle for less,
Right.
and they deserve a good life, love,
Mm.
respect, and a better
Mm.
relationship. And if their criterias are not being met, it is very, very common to see increased rate of early divorces.
Mm.
And if divorce is not the solution, you know, people are getting separated from their families, just like I
Mm.
got separated from my, in laws.
Yeah.
And now, when I'm a mother, I can understand the agony, what she felt at that time, my
Mm.
mother in law.
Mm.
It's just that I cannot, go back and do anything. I just can't do anything.
Mm.
But that is why I just thought, that's why I said everything is coming from the back, from my roots.
Mm.
And now, because I'm a mother now, I understand how difficult it is, how
Right.
painful it is.
Mm.
And I have understood that separation is not the solution. There could have been other ways. No parent
Mm.
they want to lose their child. उनको लगता है लड़की आएगी लड़का ले जाएगी, like that. Everybody is
Mm.
scared. Even bringing a bahu also is a big task today. They're also very worried कि कल को divorce होगा. They will ask for alimony.
Right.
There have been so many cases like that.
Mm. Mm.
So uh, उस वक्त मुझे समझ नहीं आया, but now I'm at a
Mm,
position where I can see all the things, all the situations, and in fact I do feel guilty and feel bad,
mm,
and I wish if somebody could have been there at that point of time to help me understand these things.
mm,
And major things in our life is only one thing is emotion.
mm,
Emotions are the one which drive us or influence our decisions,
mm,
the way we talk, the way we do things. And I was saying we all have different sanskar and conditioning, and we
mm,
have which is the reason of this misalignment. So the question is, how do we align ourselves, especially when
mm,
we are in marriage?
mm,
And nobody teaches us about emotions. Nobody teaches, not
mm,
in school, not in home. Even parents also don't know how to manage their own emotions,
mm,
you see. So, and I tell you that this is the one life skill which should be ideally taught in
mm,
as a subject in school, emotional intelligence.
mm.
If somebody is emotionally intelligent, the person will excel in all the aspects of their lives.
Right.
And I'm afraid that schools, teachers, colleges, no one teaches us how to manage emotions.
Mm,
And we as kids learned by seeing our parents,
right.
society, and the way of dealing with anger or the way of dealing with
Mm,
different situations. So this skill is overrated. And when we see intelligence, often people think of some scientist or intelligent people,
mm,
IIM, IITN. Very rarely people think about EI. So I came across this skill while going through so many courses in leadership.
mm,
And I felt that we can do wonders if we are emotionally intelligent. So I started building on it.
mm,
And yes, this is my story, and I feel that it is time for me to pay back to the society,
mm.
to women, like me. So I
Yes.
started my journey as a coach an year and a half back.
Mm,
And मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था कि मैं coach बनूंगी, but seems
yeah.
I was meant to be.
Right.
Since I practice homeopathy part time, so there I started my one-to-one consultations.
Mm,
And I found this interesting and felt great that I'm able to empower
right.
women of,
Mm,
my age group.
mm,
But there's a definitely a limitation with one-to-one coaching,
mm,
that one weekend. So my aim is to how can I reach masses? And
right.
then I met Siddharth, you know,
Mm,
and luckily, and I joined his community, and I learned that there's a way of doing things on a big scale.
mm,
And you won't believe if लोग मिलते चले गए, just like I met you.
mm,
लोग मिलते चले गए. And this is fantastic, platform to reach masses by going online, building digital presence. And then I started recording my courses, my videos, and
mm.
also I've published two books. They are on
Wow.
Amazon. One
Amazing.
is Mindful Teen, and another is Balancing Work and Life for Working Women.
Mm,
However, I'm not a professional author, but this is all coming from my own experience, what
mm,
I've learned during my journey. It's not easy to have a child, 8-year old, manage, work, home,
right.
everything. So everything is my, what I learned.
And doing it on the weekends.
Yeah. And so I wanna re-emphasize that EI is helpful for everyone.
Mm,
For example, my son is very young and I've started teaching him EI
mm,
because if we want world a better place, we need
right.
to raise emotionally intelligent kids.
Mm,
And it can only happen if your next generation is, smart or
true.
emotionally
True.
intelligent.
True.
Because you have AI to do other things, but emotions
Mm,
nobody can manage. Only you will have to manage, relationships,
yeah.
emotions, and all these
Yeah.
things. And for kids, how can this happen? Only when
Mm,
parents are emotionally intelligent,
true.
right?
Mm,
So my key audience is women, especially mom, you can say.
mm,
And to be honest, my mission is very big. I mean, if I look at my mission, I want to create an army of emotionally intelligent women. And because women
mm,
is the most important pillar in every home.
mm,
If you see, they're responsible for happy homes, happy kids, happy parents. She's very powerful. She's a multitasker. She can juggle a lot of things all together as compared to men. I mean, no offense to men. Of
none
course, they have
taken.
their, of course, they have their different roles. But
Mm,
for example, if I am like, if I take my own example, I'm a
mm,
mother, I'm a wife,
mm,
I'm a working professional, a planner, a cook. So I juggle a lot of things at my home.
Mm.
But I have stopped getting overwhelmed. That's the
Mm.
beauty of EI, because I don't get anxious anymore,
Right.
because I plan things. I have learned that, how I can manage my time, how can I
Mm.
manage myself, what super productive things I can do. So this, even if something suddenly comes up, I can
Mm.
manage myself and my people around me.
Right.
So EI has changed my life a lot, managing myself, understanding others, or building empathy,
Mm.
and yes, self motivation,
Mm.
and improving relationship, of course. So this is a beautiful skill, I must say, and I think
Mm.
everybody should learn this.
Right.
And you know women can actually improve all the aspects, her work, career, her home, her kids, her husband,
Mm.
wife husband relationship, even aging parents also, without getting
Mm.
troubled or setting their boundaries. So
Mm.
that's how. So I've started like that, and now
Mm.
I have a group of community, a very small community of few women, where I started teaching all these things, and I do monthly webinars. And currently I offer like one-to-one consultation, but
Mm.
now I'm planning to go for a group coaching.
Mm.
To me, to be honest, Rahul, this is a service.
Mm.
Yesterday I was in one of the community calls, and I heard Siddharth that saying that take it as a responsibility.
Mm.
This is what we are doing is not only for money.
Mm.
This is there's a sense of service that we want to pay back to the society, and I want to create a legacy behind me, and I
Mm.
feel awesome that I have some purpose in my life now. So yeah, so this is me. and uh,
Mm.
and one more thing I want to add. When I started learning different things, later on I realized that all mindfulness, meditation, spirituality, everything comes under EI. It's a big
Mm.
umbrella,
Mm.
right? And you must have seen so many coaches on online, like, was talking about manifestation, law of attraction.
Mm.
Trust me, if you are emotionally intelligent, you will, manifestation becomes super easy,
Mm.
because you're already aligned. You're always vibrating in a high energy level. And I learned from Kartika, highest energy always win. So I think whatever happened, I think was meant to happen, because otherwise
Mm.
I would have never understood and come into this area.
Correct.
I'm thankful to everybody who has done whatever, and really help. I mean, like, it has really changed me as a person,
Mm.
as a
Mm.
whole. So yeah, this was me.
Amazing. Amazing. That's a beautiful, um, you've kind of like painted the landscape of, the last probably 10, 15 years of your life, and how, you've had your twists and turns on the journey. As you said, you've had experiences. Some, as you look back, you're like, oh, I wish it hadn't happened. But I'm sure there's a part of you that is like, I'm glad that it did, because all of that is what, has made you who you are today. Right. And that your realizations have sort of like informed you of how you can help other people, and specifically women, as you talked about. So maybe there are two ways that we can go from here. One is, I'm curious to know if we go, maybe 5 years before or 10 years before, right? So it's more like in your, maybe between 10 and your tens to your 20s, let's say, right? Because who we are today is also reflective of where we came from and the life experiences that we had. So as you kind of make that connection, are there any moments in your life that stand out that you're like, yeah, actually, this I've had this experience in the last 10, 12, 15 years, but I've already seen a reflection of it from maybe the first uh, 10, 12 years of, you know, growing up. Is there any, are there any moments from that point in your life where you're like, yeah, actually, come to think of it, I'm not surprised that I'm here doing what I'm doing today, because as a child, I had certain experience that already kind of prepared me
Mm.
for
Yeah,
this role.
no. Yes, it's quite mesmerizing when we go back and when we
Mm,
see,
mm,
we can connect the dots.
mm-hmm,
And I
mm-hmm,
think I can connect, like relate to one of the things,
mm,
that when I was at a certain position in one of my companies,
mm,
I always thought that यार ये तो मैंने पहले सोचा था, काश
mm,
ऐसा
mm,
होता.
mm,
For example, I always loved that, I should have a car or somebody should drop me at my office.
mm,
I don't
mm,
want to board public transportation, or
mm,
it started happening. तब मुझे लगा, मैं is it a deja vu or what is that?
mm, mm,
So yes, it has happened. And
mm,
also, when I conceived my child, my son,
mm,
I was very sure that he's a boy. You
mm,
know, उसका
mm,
नाम पहले रखा था मैंने, पहले रख लिया था. जैसे होता है ना,
mm,
that मुझे पता है. I know.
mm,
Like, I mean, this has to be. So I, because of all the events that has happened, I
mm,
turned to spirituality
mm,
just after 2 months of my marriage, because I
mm,
was. I'll tell you, I'm a Hindu, but
mm,
I follow Christian, like follow Christ. Like,
mm,
I have stopped worshipping all the idols, and I am not baptized, but
mm,
it's just that it gives Bible reading. Bible gives me an immense,
mm,
uh, you know, sukoon milta hai,
mm,
like that.
mm.
So, yeah, so I remember, Rahul, I
Sure,
just,
sure. Yeah,
just a
yeah,
second.
absolutely. Okay, so for those of you who've been tagging along, do share if you're watching this live, especially do share your reflections on what you've heard from Priyanka's story. Maybe there is common ground, maybe something that you found like in Priyanka's story that reflects your own journey. So do type that in the chat box, whether you're watching this live or if you happen to be watching this later. And of course, these are the joys of working from home, where even if we're on a podcast, there may be somebody at the door, there may be phone ringing, and the world has truly changed in the last couple of years. So we are back now.
Yeah,
So back to
sorry.
you, Priyanka. No, no, totally
Just to
understand.
add, me and my husband, we work in different shifts. I work in day shift, he
Wow,
works in night shift. So
wow,
it's just, matter of 2 hours. We meet
right,
every day in the
yeah,
morning.
right,
So
amazing.
anyway, so yes, I
Hmm,
was saying that yes, there's so many incidents like that where I have actually asked or wished for something, and
hmm,
after a few years, I'm at that level.
hmm,
That is why I'm saying we are the architects. But
hmm,
it took me so many years to understand that. I'm
hmm,
40 today,
hmm,
41, going to be
hmm,
41 this month.
hmm,
So I think it took me more than 30 years to understand that. So that
right.
is why I'm just, shouting from the top of my voice that,
Hmm,
see, I can give you a shortcut
hmm,
to actually manifest what you want.
hmm,
Even if I talk about my marriage, this was nearly impossible.
hmm,
But everything happened at the end, just like a hot knife on a butter.
hmm,
I was surprised that how come it all happened. You
hmm,
know, then for my where for a company where I was working for 5.5 years,
hmm,
that job was not less than a miracle.
hmm.
So my life is full of testimonies. And, you know and yes, and I was telling you about that, how I turned into, like, started following Christ.
Hmm,
We always worshipped Hindu gods and everything, but
hmm,
nobody taught me even the meaning of Gayatri mantra.
right.
We never knew the meanings, right? We
Hmm,
only knew कि मंदिर जाना है, मतलब
hmm,
चढ़ाना है, उस पे डोनेशन देना है, घंटी बजा के वापस आना है.
hmm,
But when I went to the church first time, there was a prayer center,
hmm,
not exactly a church, but a prayer center. And
hmm,
there were people like prayer warriors. They used to pray
hmm.
for, for anybody who comes in. So when I was going through a very rough patch after
Hmm.
surgery, I joined the office. I used to go on crutches, we used to
Wow.
take a cab and go like that.
Hmm.
And this was 2012, 2013 January. I
Hmm.
remember I joined them,
Hmm.
after 15th of January.
Hmm.
So there was a prayer center. My office used to finish at 5:30. I
mm,
never had an office who finishes at 5:30, but they used to, close the door by 5:30. So I
wow,
had nowhere to go. I can't
right.
can't go to home and sit with my
Mm,
mother-in-law at such a toxic place. So I used to wait for my husband, and
mm,
he used to come at 8 o'clock. And what am I gonna do for
right.
that 5:30 to 8 o'clock?
Mm,
Sometime few days I passed in gardens, or like shop
mm,
in Rajouri garden. I used to
mm,
like that. My
mm,
office was in Rajouri at that time. So I found this prayer center, and that transformed my life. And
wow.
that helped me in saving my marriage also,
Mm,
helped saving myself because I
mm,
committed like ending my life twice, I remember.
wow.
So since then I have hold on to Christ,
Mm,
because they told me the meaning. All religions talk about same thing. It's just
mm,
that where you find peace,
right.
because I could understand what they're talking,
Mm,
what the supreme power or the universe, what he wants, or where,
mm,
why are we here. So
right.
my life, spirituality plays a very big role in my life. So
Mm,
that is why I say manifestation has become very easy. I don't dream big, to be very honest. I am just working every day with the plan, being mindful of what I'm doing.
right.
And, so, but I'm at peace. I don't want
Mm,
big things. And,
mm,
for me, my peace, my family, and
mm,
respect is very important. So,
wow.
yes, I have so
Wow.
many incidents. I can just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on.
No, like I said, this podcast is always inspired by your stories, and that's the reason why, when you share those stories, you don't know directly, you don't know the impact that you're having on other people. But just listening to your story is probably that one thing that can turn somebody's life around, right? So um, that's the reason why, like I said, my intention is to sort of um, nudge you to sort of intuitively go to different spaces wherever you feel drawn to share, because it's therefore neither your or my podcast in that sense. It's literally these stories that are designed to reach people, and to give them that assurance that it doesn't matter what they're going through, that you know things can turn around, because a lot of times, I'm sure you've had those
Yeah.
experiences also.
Sometimes we think that this is the end,
Mm.
but we never know that there's a new chapter.
Yeah,
And I remember, I would like to add one more thing.
please.
Yeah. When I said that my latest, last to last job was a not less than a miracle, I
Mm.
remember I was having bad times in my, organization because
Mm.
I'm superior manager. So I used to travel across Africa.
Mm.
My job was, I have, my job is such that I have to travel a lot. This
Mm.
is also another part.
Mm.
So that is why, I had to create a support system, bringing everybody
Right.
here to take care of my son and my home.
Mm.
So I used to travel a lot, and I used to stay in Ethiopia for a very long time, like more than a month. I used
Wow.
to work there. So I was just praying, standing on the window, cries. I was crying and I was praying कि
Mm.
भगवान मुझे मुझे नहीं पता मेरे को इस टॉक्सिक जॉब से छुटकारा चाहिए. I don't know what to
Mm.
do, but I cannot handle this. I surrender. और मुझे याद है 30 days में I think there was not even a single day when I didn't cry and prayed
Mm.
for that, कि I want छुटकारा from this job,
Right.
but I have certain responsibilities.
Mm.
Time पे I had no son, my like I was not a mother. It was before my son.
Mm.
So at that time just happened suddenly my I approached to one of my senior bosses in the same
Mm.
company, पुराना वाला. So she said, I have a friend who is looking for something, but यार वो तो बहुत दूर है, it's in Greater Noida. I said, just give it to me, I'll see.
Mm.
So she's just passed on the contact, and
Mm.
uh, that guy was a Sardar. He's a Sardar. He's
Mm.
still here.
Mm.
So he just connected with me on Skype. At that
Mm.
time, Skype was there.
Mm.
Internet नहीं होता था उस time पे ना.
Correct.
So it was Skype था, and he was in Europe at that time. तो इंटरव्यू हुआ. उसने बोला कि वी कैन कैच अप समडे ऑन कॉफी. तो मैं कहा, ठीक है. अब ठीक है, वो बात खो गई। अभी
Mm,
महीना था पूरा। तो कहने का मतलब है, वो जो मैंने उस टाइम पे जो बीज बोया ना, जब
mm.
आंसुओं से भर के प्रार्थना करते ना, जब अब हम हथियार डाल देते, हमें लगा बस अब नहीं कर सकते। मिराकल्स होते हैं,
True,
नो।
true.
And there is a supreme power. I totally
Mm,
believe universe, supreme power. There is something which is above us.
mm,
एंड टू माय सरप्राइज, फाइनली उसका कॉल आया, सब कुछ अलाइन हुआ। मैं यहाँ पर आके जस्ट वेंट हिम ऑन अ कॉफी शॉप,
mm,
एंड ही इज अ वेरी नाइस गाय, स्मॉल, लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्ड स्टेचर्ड सरदार जी, वेरी नाइस गाय.
mm.
So he said, we are brave, opening this new thing, and it's a new project, and you're most welcome. And I was like super happy. And उसमें कहते हैं ना, on top of it,
Yeah,
it's like, cherry on top.
yeah, yeah.
He offered me 100% hike.
Wow.
What I was getting was like
Right.
doubled it, because I started earning in dollars at that time. It
Mm.
was 2015,
15. Mm,
15, 15,
mm,
2016. Yes,
mm,
2016. I started earning in dollars, and I was super happy. So
mm,
that was a miracle. मैंने ये नहीं बोला मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे वो चाहिए। मैंने बोला बस मुझे बचा लो। कैसे
mm,
करूँगी मुझे नहीं पता। And everything came into, align, like beautiful alignment.
mm,
फिर उसके बाद I like had 3 miscarriages, one by
mm,
one, due to certain
mm,
issues. Traveling बहुत होता था, stress and
mm,
all. So since my husband is the younger one, youngest of all, he's a twin
mm,
actually. He's the
mm,
youngest one of 3 brothers. So we got married first, and वो pressure होता है ना, Indian taboo. You
mm,
still don't have any child and all. दूसरे की शादी हो रही थी, तो this was a second miracle.
mm,
When I again, I was again on tour, and I was just crying, and I was telling my dad, अगर इस बार कुछ नहीं हुआ ना, I am going to leave this country and मैं जा रही हूँ यहाँ से. तो मैंने वो मन
mm,
बना लिया था. फिर again I got into prayer कि
mm,
अब कैसे होगा, I don't know. Again, this new company where I was joining,
mm,
मुझे याद है 29th July 2016 was my joining date at that time.
mm.
So I joined them, एंड बाद में मुझे लगा आई मिस्ड माय पीरियड, एंड आई जस्ट रिमेंबर शिट, ये तो मतलब मैंने ज्वाइन ही किया है, एंड आई
Right.
हैव कंसीव्ड. और मेरे ब्रदर इन लॉ की शादी उसी महीने हुई थी. वही मेरे कोई
Wow.
प्रेशर था, रोना
Right.
और. एंड ही इज अ मिरेकल चाइल्ड, ही इज सच अ
Mm.
स्वीट एंड डिसिप्लिन्ड बच्चा ना. मतलब ही इज नॉट एट ऑल नॉटी, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. मतलब मुझे तो खुद लगता है कि मैंने क्या मोती दान किए थे. जो गॉट सच अ ब्यूटीफुल
Mm.
चाइल्ड. So I remember कि अब मैं I was tensed कि अब कोई कंपनी बोलेगी भाई आप तो शुरू में you're thinking of a willing
Right.
maternity. But my God, that job came as a support, as a miracle.
Amazing.
It gave me double money. I bought my
Mm.
house. I had my child. I had work from home, and I was only traveling like 2 days in a week. Well, this
Nice.
was beautiful.
Mm.
और अगेन, जब मुझे लगा अब तो मेरे पैसे बढ़ने चाहिए, लालच आ जाता है. आपको इंक्रीमेंट हो गया, सब हो गया.
Right.
मुझे लगा यार 5 साल हो गए, वी शुड
Mm.
डू समथिंग मोर. देन वी शिफ्टेड टू नोएडा. आई रिमेंबर ग्रेटर नोएडा.
Mm.
एंड सडनली व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड पुशिंग माय कंपनी, कि अब तो मतलब अब बढ़ाने चाहिए इंक्रीमेंट. तो वो कोविड तक एवरीथिंग वाज ओके. आफ्टर कोविड
Mm.
suddenly these things happened, and my comfort zone
Mm.
crashed.
Wow.
उस टाइम मुझे लगा अब क्या हुआ, बट थैंकफुली आई वाज एबल टू गेट बैक ऑन, यू नो मतलब गेट बैक ऑन टू लाइक
Mhm.
गॉट अ जॉब एंड एवरीथिंग. पर फिर मुझे रियलाइज हुआ इट वाज इम्पोर्टेंट टू गेट आउट ऑफ दैट कंफर्ट जोन,
Mm.
क्योंकि माय सन वाज ऑलरेडी ग्रोन अप. ही वाज ऑलरेडी
Right.
3 years एट दैट टाइम,
Mm.
एंड माय पेरेंट्स वर लिविंग विद अस ओनली एट दैट टाइम.
Mm.
तो दे वर टेकिंग केयर. तो
Right.
जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. हम आज
Mm.
रो रहे हैं ना, बट there is, we cannot see that what is lying ahead.
True. True.
And that thing, when I broke my comfort zone, it gave me immense a boost.
Mm.
Now I'm handling bigger roles. Now I'm handling different things. I
Mm.
am traveling every year. I'm traveling 2 3 new countries.
Mm.
So I, the growth, the has been exponential.
Mm.
So जो होता है ना बहुत अच्छे के लिए होता है.
Amazing.
अगर आज
Amazing.
कुछ बुरा भी हो रहा है ना, सो मेरे सिर्फ यही वर्ड्स होंगे, जस्ट रिलैक्स, बी पेशेंट, देयर मस्ट बी
Mm.
समथिंग गुड फॉर
Mm.
यू.
Beautiful.
या.
So, like you said, we're really made up of these stories, and when we share them, there's inner realizations that happen, reminders of how blessed we are. And of course, for people listening to this, it's a reminder from outside key things are not as bad as we think they are,
Yes.
right? Something you said a little while ago, and it's beautiful to sort of see that connection. But I'd love to hear it in your words, right? Ki, you said in the first half of you sharing your life story, um, you kind of came about this the idea or this theme of EI or emotional intelligence, right? Um, how did that sort of come together? Because these are not when we talk about personal development, it's like the modalities that we choose. Like you chose homeopathy. I think you mentioned
Yeah.
you chose homeopathy, right?
Mm.
And like that, EI also sort of became part of your day to day language. What's the story of that? Like, how did you come to this realization that, you know, these are some of the things that I really resonate with, and these are the things that I'm using as a way to communicate with other women so that they can also, like, literally live their best life. So, what was that story like? How did that come about?
Rahul, to start with, I'll say that when we studied homeopathy,
Mm,
homeopathy is not a very superficial science.
mm,
You need to, even if we want to prescribe a simple medicine,
mm,
we need to understand the constitution of the person.
right.
That's how it is.
Mm,
So there's a long case taking,
mm,
knowing people better, very
mm,
advanced English they're using, to be very
mm,
honest.
mm,
If we study now I can understand. उस time पे
right.
तो पढ़ लिया, but
Mm,
now I can see that there was an advanced English that was used
mm,
in the books, in the medicine.
mm,
So there is one topic or one subject called psychology.
mm,
We need to understand person before we actually can prescribe something. We need to understand. We
mm,
need to match the
mm,
personalities.
mm,
So that is something which I learned in my college years.
mm,
And I was, I am very good in making connections.
right.
You won't realize that, like somebody is meeting me for the first time. They will start telling their stories on their own. Today, I am telling my
Mm,
story, but when I sit at my desk,
yeah.
when women come, most of the cases,
Mm,
I see women.
mm,
I realized this when I was like 2 years back.
mm,
During COVID itself, I still was running, OPD. Matlab, OPD in sense,
mm,
home clinic I was running.
mm,
So I saw that so many, moms, they used to come and they used to
mm,
sit there and they say, यार यहाँ पे आके अच्छा लगता है थोड़ी देर
mm,
बैठना मतलब it feels like थोड़ा सा कोई सुनने वाला है
mm,
पहली लाइन होती थी सुनने वाला है
correct.
and the best thing is that and it's an advice that never judge सामने वाला you
Mm,
don't know what they are going through do
mm,
not give advices at all
mm,
just listen to them.
right.
So that's what clicked me that everybody wants to be heard.
Mm,
They just want this. They just want
mm,
some, this. You just need to push them and, raise their self esteem,
yeah.
confidence, just boost their confidence and pivot their self negative talk.
Mm,
So, and since I was already reading a lot of things, going through
mm,
a lot of journey, my own, transformation and things were happening. I think that's how I was able to relate that still I already have audience, I already have
mm,
patience, and everybody needs to take care of their mental health. Everybody is talking about mental health, especially
mm,
after COVID.
yeah.
So it is of prime importance. So I started from, I changed my niche several times
Mm,
before I actually came to EI. It
mm,
was not that there suddenly I jumped at EI.
ha, ha,
I started with mindfulness.
mm,
And I created a course on that also, law of attraction also. Then I learned NLP also. Then I learned time management and
mm,
leadership journey, for a working women and so
mm,
many different modalities.
mm,
Chakra healing. I
mm,
started, reading that and meditation and everything. फिर मुझे लगा कि I cannot do or transform people's life with just one modality.
mm,
They need to correct their diet also. They need to correct their, mental diet also.
mm,
They need to change their limit, change their limiting beliefs also.
mm,
There has to be some holistic thing where under one shop all the aspects can be taken care.
right.
So that is why this year only, I mean, like last year only, I switched all my courses to EI. Earlier to that, I
Mm,
was a women healing evangelist, but
mm,
now I did my certification in emotional intelligence also.
mm,
Like few hundred hours of training.
mm,
So just to understand that how we can apply this in work, in home,
mm,
in every area, and especially relationship. That is
mm.
why I have a podcast also which says stress less, live more.
Nice.
So, it's for like it's English based, and
Mm,
I have a YouTube channel which is like in Hindi, so that Hindi
mhm.
audience can also
Nice.
hear. So major setbacks, अब प्रॉब्लम जो आती है ना, वो सारी हमारे इमोशंस की वजह से ही आती है. And
Mm,
if I am at peace here ना,
yeah.
everything is sorted.
Mm,
Otherwise, you must have seen women, they are juggling
mm,
lot of things,
mm,
but they are running through empty cups.
mm.
And women is something, if you give xyz to her, she will give you 10 times of that. So
Right.
if you give love, she'll give you 10 times love. If you give her
Mm,
respect, she will give you 10 times. But if you'll give her hurt, anger,
mm,
she'll give you that too also in 10 times. You
mm,
need to understand women, but women also need to understand themselves, that how you can create harmony. And
mm.
women ka wo jo ek nature, because they're very complex, ये जो प्राणी, we are very complex, we're thinking something, saying something. तो वो चीजें भी हमको खुद को, there are so many things we need to work upon ourselves.
Mm,
क्योंकि आदमी लोग, दे थिंक वेरी स्ट्रेट, भाई
mm,
क्या है जो चाहिए मुंह से बोलो.
mm,
अब हर कोई बॉडी लैंग्वेज से नहीं समझ सकता.
mm,
मेन इज डिफरेंट. उनका जो
mm,
साइंस और जो उनका ब्रेन है, इट्स एब्सोल्युटली डिफरेंट. तो देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट कि मतलब वो हमसे अलग क्यों है. देयर आर डिफरेंसेस. तो अब जब
mm.
डिफरेंसेस है, तो उसको कैसे हम एक लेवल पे ला सकते हैं. तो दोनों
Right.
पार्ट को थोड़ा थोड़ा काम करना जरूरी है. सो आई
Mm,
दैट्स व्हाई आई थॉट आई एम गुड एट दिस. आई कैन
mm,
टॉक, आई कैन कनेक्ट, आई कैन decode human emotions, and I can simplify complex things into small small steps.
mm.
So सामने वाले को it will not be like overwhelming. No. So
Right.
I don't take longer classes. Just 15 days minutes के लिए we just connect. I
Mm,
just give them the daily task ऐसा. But I remain accountable for the,
mm,
I
mm.
work as an accountable partner to them also. So that's how I
Nice.
came from so many modalities to
Right.
finally EI. कि
Mm,
भाई EI सीख लो, emotionally intelligent हो जाओ, practice करो. It is the only way of living life.
nice.
Yeah.
So I have a uh, sort of like a tangential question. Hmm? Because you talked about something that is very, very important, especially for our audience who are mainly healers and coaches, and of course, people who are on the journey of personal growth. Whether they are already, they've already decided कि हाँ coach बनना है, or it's sort of like further down the road कि वो हो जाएगा, because that's a very typical thing that we all experience कि we are first working on ourselves, and then there's that realization कि this is not just for me, I need to help other people. So something that you talked about, which is doing EI, or focusing on EI as your core today, that didn't happen overnight, and you've gone through a series of experiences, experiments. I won't even say trial and error. It's like you're testing to see which one of these you connect with in a way that you're able to continue on, and that's where you are today on this journey. Do share a little bit of light on this, because a lot of times people get stuck in this journey of saying, okay, I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to, like as you said, focus on one niche, as they call it, or niche, depending on like some people, it's the American versus the UK, the accent of it, shall we say. But just in your words, in your experience, if you'd like to share a little bit about um, what was that journey like for you to get to this point where you were willing to and open to experiment? Because for a lot of people, they kind of shut down, and
Mm.
then that sort of becomes counterproductive. So, what was your journey like, Priyanka?
Rahul, um, when it's just like a balloon,
Mm-hmm.
we start with the full bash, this and that, etc. और suddenly हवा निकल जाती है balloon से.
Mm,
It happens with so many
mm,
people. The only thing which keeps you or going is self motivation,
mm,
a sense of service,
mm,
discipline, and no expectations.
mm,
This is something I'm doing for myself because my purpose is way higher
mm,
than just earning few money. Because if I want to sustain into this business, I need to give value
mm,
first. And as I said, people do business with people, or people, it's just that, so I need to be likable.
mm,
So that is why I have understood this is not a business for me. This will be an ongoing thing, even if after I have left my job or something like that.
mm,
So that is why the intention has to be very clear. The why I'm doing this.
mm,
So whosoever coach or whosoever is on this journey, if their why is clear, and every moment or every morning they're getting up with their reason that why they're getting up and what they're doing, what
mm,
they need to do to get closer to their goal. I think, the milestone or the, जो मंजिल है बहुत दूर नहीं है.
mm, mm,
एंड सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट, यू विल नॉट फेल. अगर फेल होते हो तो वो जो रेजिलियंस बिल्ड होता है ना, यू विल अगेन गेट अप.
mm,
You will back to on your foot. थोड़ा सा we learn from our mistakes, we learn
mm,
from our failures. It's an opportunity. Even
mm,
any challenge comes up, it's an opportunity today. So it's all about mindset and mind
mm,
shift. हम कोई भी काम शुरू करने से पहले अपना वाई ढूंढना बहुत जरूरी है, और माइंड शिफ्ट जो होता है ना, माइंड सेट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
mm,
तो आई थिंक सस्टेन कर सकते हैं. और
mm,
इंडिया जैसी कंट्री में आज की डेट में जहाँ पे इतना लाइक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, इज वन ऑफ द
mm,
बेस्ट कंट्रीज टू डू एनी बिजनेस.
mm,
You just need to align yourself, and then you will be in the game.
mm,
So this is what I feel.
mm. Is there a common thread that you noticed? Ki, like you said, you've done different modalities, you've learned different modalities, and as you went through each of them, learning it, applying it, practicing it, um, was there sort of like a thread that you noticed where you said, huh, okay, I'm going to learn this now. But as you did it, you were like, okay, now I'm going to learn the next thing. And therefore, that kept you going. Because for a lot of people, they sometimes can get stuck in one and they're not able to move ahead. So was there something in your journey that you noticed for you that
uh,
was able to keep you moving?
You know, when I remember, I started my coaching journey with one of the coaches
Mm-hmm.
who used to talk about Brahma Muhurat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I started from, because
Mm-hmm.
one day I remember I was standing in my balcony during COVID times and I was crying. ऊपर
Mm-hmm.
देख के आसमान में I was crying. क्या कर रहे हैं हम? We are just earning, eating, and what are we doing? Do we have something? I mean, कोई हमें हमारे जाने के बाद will somebody remember us? So that's how I got in touch with Brahma Muhurat. और वो एक चीज बहुत important, when you are ready, teacher will come,
Mm-hmm.
teacher will appear. That happened with me. After attending her workshops and doing her course for like 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
I felt कि अब इसमें मुझे और नहीं है यहाँ पर, I
Mm-hmm.
need to move forward.
Right.
So at that time, during her one of her sessions, she mentioned another coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Got
looked
it.
for that coach. मुझे वो भी बहुत अच्छी लगी, so I joined her course. I learned
Mm-hmm.
different thing. Then she mentioned another coach. She was Siddharth's community.
Mm-hmm.
Siddharth's actually, there's a trail, everybody is
Yeah. Mm, mm,
connected.
mm,
And then another came. I spent a lot of money, to be very honest.
mhm,
I have spent more like lakhs
mm,
in learning. And to be very honest, I never felt that I have wasted my money.
mm,
I mean, even buying, when spending money in Siddharth, it was one of my intelligent decisions, I must say. Because there is, that's how you grow your network, you know
Mm,
people, you open a lot of arenas, you understand a lot of things. So
mm,
I there is complete, everything is woven with each other.
right.
They know each other, they have different speciality, they have different speciality. I might not be able to master everything, but
Mm,
at least I can learn few things and apply,
right.
and will give some insights to other person also.
Mm,
For example, a morning cannot be complete without your morning ritual,
mm,
like savers. I learned this from one coach.
mm,
सो उसमें मैंने कुछ और ऐड किया कि उसको
mm,
कट शॉर्ट कैसे करना है, उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या होता है। नाउ आई नो द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ रीडिंग एफर्मेशंस,
mm,
लिसनिंग, गोल्स क्यों लिखना है। सो आई हैव लर्नड इट फ्रॉम अनदर कोच।
mm,
सो राहुल, दिस इज ऑल इंटरकनेक्टेड। अब मुझे
mm.
लगा कि नहीं, अब मेरा हो गया, आई विल गो टू अनदर, आई विल फाइंड आउट समथिंग।
Nice.
For example, reading books. If I show you my this, there's so many books here.
Mm-hmm.
अभी तो बहुत थोड़ी है यहाँ पे ज्यादा सामने। So
Mm,
I just don't waste my time. To be
mm,
very honest, as I said, time is very important for me. I even do not waste a single minute. मुझे लगता है ना ये फालतू टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है, मैं बोलूंगी प्लीज, आई हैव लॉट ऑफ वर्क।
nice.
तो लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग, आई थिंक दिस
Mm,
विल गो ऑन। सब एक
nice.
दूसरे से जुड़ा हुआ है।
Mm,
NLP I learned from एक है, I don't Yash, I don't remember his name, he's a very famous
mm,
guy.
mm,
I joined his course also, I learned NLP. See, it is all again interconnected,
mm,
you know.
mm.
Visualization technique, law
Yep.
of attraction, I read
Mm,
books. So there is like endless limit, everything is
mm,
connected.
mm,
And now my major goal is to work on my communication, that how we
mm.
connect deeply, because my next target is to to go for some TEDx or some kind of
Nice.
speaking.
Nice.
So I am looking at a very larger picture,
Right.
where I can, from which platform I can actually approach or reach to masses.
Nice. Beautiful. So, on that journey, on that mission, um, of course, your links are, they are added to the, whether people are seeing this on LinkedIn or whether they're seeing this on YouTube. YouTube is one place where it'll be easy for people to always, find you. Um, and of course, this is being broadcast live as well. So people can definitely reach out to you. But tell us a little bit about, what is it that, like you said, currently, what is it that you're doing? You see people one on one. You also mentioned wanting to do, group
Good.
coaching.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, because when people happen to see this, maybe this is now, maybe this is a year, even a year or 2 years into the future, it'll
Mm.
at least keep them primed for what they can look forward to and expect. So give us
Yeah.
a sense of what that programming is to
Yeah.
be or going to be.
Yeah. So to start with, as I told you, that I've started doing monthly webinars.
Mm.
So I'm not asking, like, it's no, I'm not selling webinar.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a free webinar where I just sensitize people with what I have to share.
Mm.
And if they resonate, they are, most welcome to get along with me. And for example, they can opt for one-to-one coaching also, where we have tailor-made, our framework for
Mm.
the person. So that will go on. It depends on person whether they want for 6 months or for a year. But I start with 3 months, that let's just how we align with each other and all those things. Then that's a separate thing.
Mm.
And then of course now I'm looking for a group coaching. So we have a 7-day boot camp.
Mm.
So in webinar I share with the people that we have a boot camp and how I can help you in where we come actually online every day
Mm.
for like 35 to 40 minutes, and we do things all together, activities, so that I help them in tasting that
Mm.
the structure, to get into the essence. It's not that recorded and there are recorded courses, but it is for later half, later part,
Mm.
that they can
Mm.
access to the recorded courses anytime. But prime important thing is the 7-day boot camp, which I take them through. And
Mm.
after finishing that, if they want to continue with me, then we have, inner circle. Like it's a membership
Mm.
where they can have a silver membership, where we have every Thursday or every, other like 2 days in a week, we have
Mm.
some inner circle calls. So where we discuss things and we have a monthly designed activity. So there's a complete
Mm.
structure
Mm.
which I actually share in the webinar. and they can also go to my landing page. However, it is under construction right now.
Mm,
And but yes, webinar is already live. I have started posting reels for my
nice.
webinars. That it is on 1st of March, 4
Mm,
4 p.m.,
mm,
and where I'll be sharing my complete structure. So they have
nice.
got different like I have a like full basket of products, not products, but it's just that whatever they want to learn. For
Mm,
example, somebody wants to do self study, they don't want to appear
mm,
for the live classes, so they do
mm,
have a mastery program.
mm,
So that's how it is.
nice. Awesome.
So I have something or the other for everybody,
Mm,
like that. And off late I'll be coming up with for teens and the kids,
mm,
some program, because
lovely.
I'm already working with my child, so I can speak
Mm,
things. So that's
right.
an example. Yeah.
Beautiful. So one important question, when we talk about community, you talked about your experience of being in different communities. What, how are you looking at building that community? As you are now on the journey, you talked about doing a webinar, so people get to know you, get to know more about the programs that you have. But in terms of building your community, like what can people expect as they get to interact with you over a period of time?
Rahul, community is nothing but a safe space,
Mm,
because people like you and me will resonate each other, will understand what we are doing.
mm,
But somebody who is out of this community will not understand. They will talk
mm,
what BS they are talking.
mm,
They totally, we are in completely different zone.
mm,
If I talk about any coach community, I mean, these days, like we are all interconnected.
mm,
That's how
mm,
we met
mm.
each other, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So community gives you like group of like-minded people.
Mm,
First, they don't judge you. You're free to share anything,
mm,
and you're free, you can get any kind of guidance. I
mm,
mean, apart, I'm talking about inner circle calls, and apart from,
mm,
talking about this lecture and all those things, that's a different thing. It's all about
mm,
they can connect with us.
mm.
Every time I cannot be on WhatsApp or, like
Right.
on call. It's very difficult to cater
Mm,
such a large group. These community, somewhere or the other, if I am not able to help a
mm,
person,
mm.
somebody, another person will be able to cater them. They, or maybe you'll find, or they will find some women who has already gone through that,
Right.
and some must have done or tried something,
Mm,
because I have felt that I have been into communities, and I'm still into those communities.
mm.
I don't expect the mentor to respond
Right.
every time.
Mm,
Though mentors are very quick, when we send them
mm,
email, they're very quick.
mm,
But when we are in the community, you already get so many hands all together to do
mm,
such a simple task.
mm,
So you get a flavor of friendships, you get a flavor of safety, safe space,
mm,
no fear of judgment, and
mm.
you make friendships of life. So
Nice.
the community system is a beautiful aspect. And I think I'm also learning how to build and nourish community.
Mm,
Nurture is very important.
mm.
So yeah, this is something. I mean, since I am into community, I can understand, and you can
Yeah,
understand the
yeah,
importance
yeah.
of being in community.
Mm.
And you
Beautiful.
never know who
Mm.
helps you, and
Yeah,
कौन किसके काम आ जाता है, and
true,
something
true.
clicks, some businesses happened, some new opportunities come in,
Mm.
some lot many things.
Nice, nice. So, Priyanka, as we slowly start to wind down, uh, and I must say, you've shared some very, very deep, very, very personal, very powerful stories. I know this will definitely help people as they continue to discover, as you said, their why, their emotional energy to keep going, and eventually to be of service to others, right? So I know that for people who have, especially for people who have stayed all the way till here, they've already connected with you, and the links are available for them to reach out to you regardless of when they happen to be watching this video. So firstly, thank you for taking the time. uh, Literally, this is like middle of the week, so thank you for taking the time to show up and show up on time, and share so freely. um, as I said, these podcasts are designed with you in mind and with people who are on the journey. So I know what you have shared today will truly be more than words of wisdom for them. Right? So thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Rahul. It was a pleasure to have a chit chat with you. And I'm glad if somebody might
Yeah.
resonate, because in otherwise in some ads or something, you just cannot your whole
Mm,
tell your story.
yeah.
And nobody is just like it's very short to connect with the people.
Yeah.
So I hope somebody who is like me, or might be in my same boat,
Yeah.
they might be able to resonate. And
Yeah.
I want to end with this, that do not lose hope. There's
Mm,
always something better at the end.
mm,
When you reach
beautiful.
that this is a full stop, no, there's new
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
So my life is beautiful, touch wood. I am a living example.
Yes. Yes.
So I think everybody and every woman deserves
Mm,
respect, love, and lot of happiness.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you've
And
shared that so powerfully, right? Sorry,
yeah.
you were saying, go ahead.
No, I'm I'm just not. I'm very happy that we just connected
Yeah.
and had a fantastic conversation.
Yeah.
In fact, I opted for work from home for today.
Okay.
That's how we manage things. So it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Everything is possible. That's what
Mm,
I say.
yeah.
And one thing, all this journey has made one more change,
Mm,
that I am now a problem solving person.
mm,
Earlier I used to crib, ये
mm,
कैसे होगा and all those things. But अब मुझे लगता है it's okay. जो हो गया
mm,
now. What next? So
mm.
I love that attitude.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, let's just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very
Thank you
powerful.
so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you. Thank
much.
you so much, and wish you all the best on your journey. And may
Thank you, Rahul.
uh, literally women in the hundreds and the thousands and beyond benefit from all the amazing stuff that you're not only creating now, but you will be creating in times to come. As you rightly said, you see yourself as a lifelong learner, and literally going from one end of the spectrum to who you are and where you are today, really wanting to be there for other people. It takes a lot, and you've done it so beautifully. So, wish you all the very best on your journey.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Rahul, and you're doing a fantastic job.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for those of you who, of course, stuck around and you're here at this point, listening, watching, firstly, a big thank you. Because it's your energy that makes all these podcasts a reality and come to life. And as I said, the intention is that these messages, these stories that you hear from truly amazing people like Priyanka are meant to and designed to inspire you and keep you on the journey. So, as always, remember, of course, to live your purpose. And I definitely look forward to seeing you in more podcasts. We will be having more guests through this year who are, like Dr. Priyanka, doing amazing work. The intention, of course, is to constantly give you that fire to keep going, right? So, as always, as I've said before, I'll say it again. Remember to live your purpose. God bless, and of course, we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Give me a second while I just wrap this up. Perfect.
Can I leave?